another sunny day in Southern California.
Happy birthday, Fredo!
Happy
Yes, thank you.
You thought we forgot you. No way.
Yes.
Welcome on into Team Raghouse Media. It is Saturday. Good morning. It is 59 degrees right here in beautiful Southern California, Ontario. And it is Fredo's birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it is.
Let's not forget Fredo here. Happy birthday, dude.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's November 14th, the best day in the world. I guess I can say that.
Yes.
Just for today.
Just for today.
It is the best day in the world because in the house right here live in studio, we have Rick on sports. Yeah.
Mr. Rick.
We have Austin for gaming.
Hello.
I'm ready for this one today.
It's about time, man.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I'm ready. It's gaming week, right? It's one of the biggest weeks.
Yeah, just about.
It's game time. And we have birthday boy Fredo in the house with music.
Yes, sir. I got a lot of stuff for you guys today.
All right. And myself with news. And we have an exciting show today. We have a free t-shirt giveaway right here.
Who's going to win it this time?
Free.
Make sure
free.
Yeah, it's a free tee.
So make sure you tune in for that. Stay tuned for details. But before we go any further, a word from our sponsor, Hotbox Vintage out in South Pasadena.
Hi, I'm Delilah, and I own Hotbox Vintage in South Pasadena, California. At Hotbox, our goal is curating vintage pieces that you can't live without. Our collection includes everything from the 1940s to even the early 2000s. What excites us is eclectic and unconventional style, since there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fashion. Hotbox is priced for accessibility so that literally anyone can discover some vintage gems of their own. Plus, it's sustainable. Find us on Instagram and use code RAGHOUSE at checkout for 20% off your first order at hotboxvintage.com.
That's right. Use promo code RAGHOUSE. Jump on hotboxvintage.com for 20% off. Again, Fredo's birthday. Oh, yeah. Go, Fredo. It's your birthday. See, I have this all planned out.
It is what it is here. We got some coffee. Thank you very much for that, April.
You're welcome.
Right now, we do have, Fredo's Spotlight, where I'm going to go ahead and bring you a lot of the great updates onto music that's been going on this week, specifically Super Bowl. Super Bowl, we always cannot wait to find out who's going to be performing for the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 this year. And guess who it is, ladies and gentlemen? It is a 3-time Grammy Award winner, The Weeknd.
Yeah!
I was going to guess Kenny G.
Oh, you were going to guess Kenny G. That was a good guess, though. It's a very good guess, Ricky. But yes, so, 3-time Grammy Award winner, The Weeknd is performing this year on February the 7th, Sunday. Of course, you can catch it on CBS Super Bowl. We don't know who's going to be in it, but I'm pretty sure if you stay tuned in the next segment for sports, Rick might tell us who might be in the Super Bowl. Or it's still too early.
It's still too early.
Too early? Okay. Still too early. But what do you guys think so far about The Weeknd? You guys like The Weeknd? Do you guys know who The Weeknd is?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know.
Yes.
It's surprisingly though.
I'm excited
Uh-huh.
because he's an awesome performer, right?
Right.
And his music's amazing. I think it covers all platforms. I mean, because I'm not a pop lover, which maybe he might be considered, but I listen to his music. So I'm excited. How about you guys?
So my thing with the halftime show being with The Weeknd, I wonder if they're gonna do like a pre-recorded version or if they're gonna do it like live on the field. That was my biggest question like last week, and then they announced The Weeknd. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Good
then.
question.
Yeah.
Right. From my understanding, I believe he is going to be in the arena. He is going to be at the stadium. I'm not sure about the fan situation. Of course, Florida's a little more easy.
They're a little more laid back
Yeah.
on the whole no fans in the stadiums. But I've been hearing that they're projecting that they're going to at least have 25% capacity in the stadium.
You know what's crazy though is a lot of times for the Super Bowl performer, they have like a huge kind of made up audience.
Right.
So what are they going to do? Computerize it? I wonder. Or what's that about?
That's what a lot of people do.
CGI has gotten really advanced over the years now. So
Maybe.
What
do you guys think? Don't be afraid to comment. We'll post your comments and we'll answer you too.
Yeah, because
today.
some people were just very upset about that, about The Weeknd performing. And I mean, he has right now the longest R&B streaming album in history right now.
Mhm.
R&B, his latest album this year was just very good, and a lot of people have enjoyed him for 10 years. He's been in the game for 10 years, you know. And already, it seems
Oh
like
my
it's been maybe
gosh.
5-6 years, but it's been 10 years.
I heard of him. I think maybe not till 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about him.
I actually
But-
heard about him. The first time I heard about him was on Facebook, and I saw a video of him doing a performance at, I think it was I want to say it was the Victoria's Secret show in Paris. He was where they were walking along the
Wow,
runway.
he was lucky.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's where I think that was the first time. Like that was the first time I had heard of him. It was really cool, and his music caught me. So
It's been a while back already.
yeah, it's been at least 8-7.
I think
something like that.
I think for me, the first time I saw The Weeknd was when Tom Cruise did the lip sync performance on Jimmy Fallon, and he was doing "I Can't Feel My Face Anymore." I thought that's a really good song.
That's a really good
I
song.
didn't
So
see
then
that.
I watched the
missed it.
video, and it wasn't what I expected at all. And so I thought, okay, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But then more music coming out, I was like, this guy's pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So,
he is
yeah.
pretty good. He's different.
Yeah,
a little different.
he's a great performer. So I'm happy that he's
Mhm.
going to be there because I feel that that's a pretty good excitement for a lot of the fans out there. Because I believe last year, who was it last year? Do you guys remember? who it was?
Maroon 5.
Yeah, that was insane.
And they had Travis Scott with them. He did
Right.
a
Yep,
performance
yep.
with them, and nobody liked it.
I don't even remember it. So there
Exactly,
you go.
yeah.
And I watch football. I watch Super Bowl all the time.
But the
so.
crazy part about this one is going to be a little different. Is this is the first time that Rock Nation Jay-Z is going to be in charge of producing the Super Bowl halftime
Ooh,
show.
that's
First
a big
time.
deal.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay-Z
Right.
rules.
First time. So this is going to be a big JC high five or let's see how it happens.
I think
don't
it's
Right.
going to be a high five, and I'm just glad that Queen Bee's not going to be part of the performance.
know.
You say that now. You say that.
That's funny.
You might change your mind soon.
Yeah, yeah.
But so that we'll be looking forward for The Weeknd performing for the Super Bowl halftime on
I'm excited.
the 55th.
I'm excited to see my Rams being at the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
there's a prediction.
I hope you
After
score
they
a
played
touchdown.
sucky in Miami. Oh
Did
my God, I don't even want to
Did
talk
you
about that
see
game.
that they have to go through the Saints?
Oh,
And did
my
you see the
The Saints
Seahawks.
just lost, though,
Not to the Bucks this past week. They
Oh, no.
destroyed
No.
the Bucks.
prior to that. They just lost it. They just lost the
Yes,
game.
they did, but
They're still
No.
really good, April.
Yes, you're very good. Just like the Chargers.
oh,
That was a tough loss last week. So Raider fans got lucky with that one. Anyways.
Sports coming soon.
Yes.
Yes, sports coming soon.
Anyways. So I first of all, this is the first time we have Austin in here, so I want to kind of get a little bit of your music taste. Who do you listen to? What do you like?
I'm that idiot who says I like everything.
Well, I don't want to call you an idiot.
I guess I'm an idiot too then.
I mean, recently I've been listening to a lot of, rock, classic rock a lot. I'm a big fan of that.
Okay.
I grew up on that with my dad whenever he take me to school.
That's
to
coming
practice.
back, huh?
It really is.
With
yeah.
people, with younger.
Yeah. One thing I've
adults.
been diving into a little bit. I don't know if you've. Is K-pop, Korean pop.
Oh, I've heard of
Big
it.
deal.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
It
money.
is.
I'm starting to
Yeah.
dive into that because as a gamer, League of Legends has their own K-pop group called
Ooh.
KDA, and they released an EP last week. And so I've been diving into that genre a little bit, and so it's been pretty fun. I actually listen to K-pop on my drive up here just to try and get a good feel for it. I'm still kind of iffy on it, but
Okay,
it's
okay.
something. It's something.
You know how much money K-pop makes?
A
When
lot.
I worked
A
at
lot.
Live Nation, the top three, I think it was Christian, country, and K-pop. And K-pop was rising like
Mhm.
while we were working. And the audience is just so like just dedicated. And the whole time I was so impressed they had those glow things in sync
Yeah.
for like a 3-hour show.
Mhm.
wasn't there a K-pop group that was trying to hire John Cena as security or something like that?
I couldn't tell you
What?
that. I don't go that deep.
I remember hearing
What?
something about
That's
that.
interesting.
What? That is pretty interesting. But you know what else is interesting, Austin? And I want to let you know just a little bit because these two people know last time they were here about my top artist right now, the guy that's kind of flaming through the charts right now, and it is Roddy Ricch.
Oh,
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah,
and there
yeah.
is a little
The
bit
local boy.
local boy. So there is some collab news with him and the
Ooh.
gentleman we just talked about right now. I mentioned his name, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop.
So,
D-O-double-G.
Yeah.
Snoop
man.
just used to live in Claremont right here.
Right. I did hear that.
Basically
I did hear
neighbors. Basically neighbors.
Basically,
He's
right
in my
there.
backyard.
Oh, there he is. Let's go hang out. Snoop, come out here, Snoop. It's my birthday, Snoop.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Snoop, that's Long Beach and Compton put together. The last time that was done was with Dr. Dre and Snoop, and we all saw what type of hits we got in the early 2000s
Loved
with
it.
those two guys
Mhm.
there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's gonna be very interesting to see what these two people, especially Roddy Ricch is only 22 years old.
Oh
He's
my
only
goodness.
22 years old, and he's raising to the top right now.
So much money at 22. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do? What would you do, April?
Austin? Well, I'm not 22. I'm
Oh, yeah.
32.
Hold on. If he's 22 and I'm 23 over here struggling,
This guy's making.
I don't know what to think.
Once you get into a lot of trouble, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You probably would.
I honestly would. Yeah, you're right.
You would buy so many like tech stuff, I bet.
I'd have to get a whole new bedroom basically for all my tech stuff.
A whole new house.
I'm already crowded as it is.
You would have to just buy
Wow.
another house, 2
Yeah,
houses.
exactly.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting story with Roddy Ricch and Snoop Dogg getting together, doing some collab here. But I do want to touch a little bit about another guy who did come out of Compton as well, which was Ice Cube. And Ice Cube, the last time we were in here, we talked a little bit about Ice Cube, about
Shocking
what happened.
news.
Shocking news with him, somewhat supporting Mr. Donald Trump for as it looked out there in the news for a lot of people. But
And just so everybody out there who you're into politically, it's no, we're not worried about that.
Right,
We're
right.
not going to talk about
You
that.
do you.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And that's what Ice Cube was thinking. I'm going to do me. And a lot of people didn't really look at it that way. Like, he got the most backlash I've probably seen any artist get for just supporting the political party.
Mhm.
And, apparently a lot of the people from the black community think that he got played by Donald Trump, that he got played
How's that?
because, of course, he did visit the White House and visit with not specifically Trump, but because apparently he says he never met Trump. He met his associates, people on the side, and apparently they made a deal of $500 billion to support the black community throughout the country. So they apparently put up this good plan, a good plan to move forward, thinking maybe he was going to stay in office. Of course, we know what happened now. But now it seems like, you just got played. So it seems like, it's a rare thing to kind of be Ice Cube right now, because he's just not getting the love and support he was always getting, especially just, for doing something good for his own community, what he was
Right.
trying to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys think about that. Was he kind of played in a way, or was he just trying to do what's best for himself and the community, as he thought?
His heart was in the right place. I think
I think so, too.
the cabinet member that he met with was probably looking at it going, hey, we can get some votes.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what? I think now Ice Cube's going to look at the report that he denied, or he rejected a call from Kamala Harris. I
Right,
think
right.
that's how you say her name. I'm not 100%
I hear
sure.
two different things all the
Exactly.
time.
So apparently he rejected a phone call from her after he met with Donald Trump. So I think now he might actually take that phone call.
Well, you know what? I was very surprised when Fredo, when you said that Sunday that he was, meeting with the Trump crew and, trying to figure things out. I was shocked and I was just a little bit upset about it. But then I thought you had a great point. You said he's trying to figure out stuff now with whoever's in power, whoever the president is. So I thought that was a good take on that. So did he get played? I don't know. He's putting his foot into the political arena. So, now that he has a little attention with that, then I think other people will start reaching out, So, like you said, with the phone call with Harris. So I think it's a good start. And I think it's pretty smart. It's a smart move on his part.
But he may have got played, but let me say one thing. Who else is stepping up for the community?
Right.
Exactly.
True.
Except for Kanye, but,
You know what?
that didn't need to laugh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Here's something that I actually thought about that made it even more interesting. Ice Cube got more backlash than Kanye did.
Isn't
Right.
that weird?
True. Very
and,
true.
and Kanye actually ran as a vice president candidate on the ballot, but yet he was a supporter of Trump, and there was more backlash for Ice Cube reaching out to Trump instead of like Kanye did, where he mutually met with Trump, and it was public knowledge that he met with him. There's pictures of it.
With Kanye, it was more he got memed more than he got backlash, if anything. Whereas
Yeah.
Ice Cube getting all the flack here. So.
Yeah. And I think Ice Cube is well respected. I'm not saying Kanye is not respected, but there's a lot of people who back up Ice Cube and have
Oh, yeah.
he's very respected in his community. So I think maybe that's kind of why he got more backlash. But I wonder if Kim voted for Kanye.
That's an interesting question. Yes. What about the whole Kardashian family? Did they vote for Kanye? Because apparently he did reach a pretty good amount of votes.
I looked
A
at
good
it. I
amount of
saw when I
votes.
was voting and I saw it on
Yeah.
the ballot. I was like, oh,
It was
you
crazy.
It's actually, I wanted to take a picture. Like, it's
I
really
remember
rich.
specifically the early Idaho projections, like the first hour, Kanye had 40% of the vote.
Oh my
But it
god!
was like
Wow.
60 votes in the first hour.
That's still a lot.
Yeah,
That's
that
good.
is a lot.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job, Kanye.
Yeah, so
Nice
Kanye,
try.
let's see what he does because apparently right after that day he posted on his Instagram, he put 2024 and it shows him like walking into like a I don't know what it was, but he just put 2024.
So he's still
who
going for
knows?
it.
So it seems like it. It
I-
seems like he's picking up a little bit of fire behind him. So yes, guys. So that was your Fredo Spotlight update with a lot of the music stuff here, and of course, looking forward for some gaming.
Birthday boy in the house. I
Yes,
have to play
sir.
this. All right, birthday boy.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we now have what? Let's see.
Ooh,
We
yeah.
now have.
Uh
Uh-oh.
Doom.
Are you sure you want to click?
Boom.
No. Here we go.
Here we go.
You
Boom.
can
The
go.
anticipation is killing me.
There it is.
There it is.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
I love this. You guys don't be afraid to comment. I know it's Saturday, it's a
Please.
beautiful
Yeah.
day. But if you're here with us,
Yeah.
make some noise.
All right, what's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Austin here to give you some gaming updates. It's been a while since I've been, here in the studio. It's been a while since I've been on your screens, but I'm back. I'm here to talk about a couple of things. So this week was probably the biggest week in gaming we've had in a few years.
Yeah.
The Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 were released on Tuesday and Thursday, respectively. No competition. There was no hate between the two consoles either. From what I've seen early on, everyone's enjoying them, but it's a matter of acquiring the consoles that everyone's had trouble with.
That
I'm
is
sure
hilarious.
everyone's heard of what's going on. Walmart did their best to try and release them in waves, 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. That was Thursday, and still no one got them. Much of botters and resellers. But one thing about the botters and the resellers, same thing goes for the shoe game as well. People do that. They try and buy shoes, resell them for better value. This is a console. It's a whole different market. As in, you can wait. You don't have to buy them from the resellers now. It's a console. They're going to be out all times.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, exactly. You got to wait. So as of right now, I'm broke. I can't afford it. But I'm going to wait.
How much are they?
The PS5 is $500, and then the Xbox Series X is, I think, $500 as well. But this is different versions.
That's
of each
normal.
one. It's normal for a new
Mhm.
console, yeah.
Mhm.
But this is probably the most hyped console release I've seen since the Nintendo Switch, and that was the last time we had the situation where they were sold out everywhere. And one thing about I think everyone has been noticing is a lot more people have the PS5 than the Xbox. Not because of it's better, but there's more games to play on release.
Mm.
So
Yes,
when you
there
got-
are.
Yeah, so when you got the Xbox on Tuesday, you could play probably Dirt 5, which is a racing game that's been around for a while, and you could play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's a huge franchise.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are the only major games you can really play on the Xbox. Where on the PS5 on release, you can play not Xbox, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the new Call of Duty game that came out yesterday. And you can also play Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is my favorite game to watch so far
Mhm.
because the first Spider-Man game came out for PS4 nearly 2 years ago, and that game took me away. It's my favorite single-player game of all time. I beat the game 100%, and so when they announced Miles Morales, I was really excited because it's kind of based on, if you've seen the Spider-Verse movies,
Mhm.
the one movie, the animated movie, yeah, it's based off that
Ooh,
character.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I love
It's
that.
based
song.
off-
I know that one. I know that one.
she knows that one.
I'm trying to, I'm dialing in here.
And so that game is more focused around the character Miles Morales, and which is also kind of a sequel to the Spider-Man game because we saw him in that original game
You
also.
actually play a mission as him.
Exactly, you do, yeah,
Oh,
where he's running
cool.
around the debris trying to find
Mhm.
his dad, yeah. And so it's a really cool change of pace, I'd say. A lot of people have said that Miles Morales game is a bit smaller than the first Spider-Man game, less to do. But what's really cool I've seen on Twitter recently is people are in the Spider-Verse animated suit and they're swinging around town to the Spider-Verse soundtrack, and it just looks so fun. I really want it. Oh, God.
You said you don't have the system. Have you heard anything about Spider-Pig being in the game?
I haven't heard anything yet, but I do know there's a Spider-Cat. There's a
Whoa.
Spider-Cat. Yeah.
And I know what you guys are talking about because in Hobby Lobby they have all this. There's a photo, and my son pointed everything out.
Exactly.
So Spider Pig, Spider Cat.
Yeah, because that was in the movie. They had Spider-Pig.
Yeah, Spider-Pig
they had
was
Spider-
John Mulaney voiced him.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes.
Do you know all this, Fredo?
Some of it, not much, but I really want to just. I'm a PlayStation guy overall.
Yeah.
Mm.
Same
I'm
here.
a PlayStation, Xbox. I never touched it.
I was that guy who went from I was a PlayStation 2, or
Mhm.
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then I got a GameCube, and then I got a Wii. Played that for a long time. PS3 for like a month, and then I got a PS4, and I've had that ever since. But as I've been talking about, mainly I'm a PC gamer, but if I had to pick a console, it's definitely a PlayStation console.
I switched from Xbox One to PS4,
Yeah.
and the reason I loved
That's
Gears
an
of
interesting
War.
move.
And well, I love Gears of War and I love Halo on the Xbox, but I started playing God of War and Spider-Man and all
There's just
kinds
more
of
to
other games.
do, honestly.
Oh, exactly. But I've been replaying God of War recently on PS4. Oh my god, that game is amazing, and they're making a new one for PS5.
That's right. Yep.
Wow.
I played Miss Pac-Man just recently up in Big Bear.
There you go.
The sit-down one. I was so excited.
I think what's really interesting about the gaming dynamic is, you know, you can have people in your family who have different consoles, but there's never like that rivalry that people talk about online. Oh, Xbox, PS4, PC. My sister, she plays Xbox only.
How old is she?
She's 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's a huge fan of Halo, Fable. She's a huge fan of Xbox exclusives, but she never plays online. And so it's why she sticks to the Xbox, because she doesn't care about all that online gameplay. She just wants to get into it for the story and the franchises. And even then I asked her, are you going to get the Xbox Series X? She says, no, right now I kind of want to switch more than anything.
Because she's smart.
Yeah, so...
Switch to PlayStation 5? Or
no.
She won't.
No. Switch, Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch.
Oh, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. So because she's one of those people who doesn't really want the stuff on release. She likes to wait with her money. Whereas me, when the Switch came out, I said, I want a Switch. So, yeah, I think it's really interesting, those two different dynamics. Moving on. Speaking of dynamics.
Actually, before you move on, go ahead.
I actually did have one question.
Okay.
Do you think with both Sony and Microsoft releasing digital versions of the systems where you can only play digital games now, there's no disc tray, do you think this is going to be the end of resale video game stores like GameStop?
No. There's always going to be those people who want the disc as a collector's item or a collection, and then
That's
also
interesting.
GameStop is also really big on reselling games that are used, and in case people can't afford them, it's what parents will probably go to. It's what kids who also
It's still packed. Me and my son go in all the time. Every chance he gets, GameStop, and we're in there. It's packed.
Yeah, I'm sure during the holiday season coming up, it's going to be real busy.
Yep.
I remember, but I was never a GameStop guy. I was with the Best Buy in my games. And so
How come?
it was the only one I thought of, because when I was a kid, my parents, when they get the Sunday paper, they'd get the the catalogs and all that. And we'd get the Best Buy catalog during like December. I was like, okay, circle what you want for Christmas.
Oh, cute!
So
Yes,
just
miss those
have
days.
circles on that one,
Yeah.
that game. Oh, that looks cool. Grab that.
Your wish list.
Yeah, basically. And so that's always been one of the main reasons. But nowadays, when I get the PS5, I'm gonna get the digital version. 'Cause I like digital copies more because it's less space in your room.
Yep.
And also, it's just more convenient too. In case like your PS5 breaks, you buy another one and download the games again. You don't have to like break it and hope you didn't lose your disc that's still in there.
I have a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Now, I know like with certain things, women or girls are lean more towards certain things and boys and men, kind of like guitars, they lean towards certain because of the shape or how it's played or whatever. Is that similar to gaming consoles? Have you noticed, is there like a...
I honestly don't see that. I still see it as a game kind of thing. Like we said about, certain consoles that are exclusive to certain ones.
But do you see that out there? Like certain girls or women lean more towards certain consoles or...
No.
You don't see that? Oh, that's
you really
cool.
don't. It's gaming honestly has become a thing for everybody.
Awesome.
Honestly. Like if... he's telling me he played God of War. I didn't see him as a God of War kind of guy. I saw him as playing sports games kind of NBA 2K.
I do play those, but God of War is amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is that about?
Well, it's really it's a character that through the games he was a Spartan, and he goes from being just a Spartan whose family was killed by the gods in Greece to pretty much killing gods in Greece, and now he is in the Norse mythology genre now, where his character is now dealing with like Odin and Thor and Baldur and Freya, and you meet all these characters during this game. And the next game of God of War is actually rumored to be titled God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, so that should be a really good time.
Very cool.
So moving on from like console warfare and all that. Speaking of warfare, there's a company, AEW, All Elite Wrestling. You know this one. Yes.
Oh, look at that.
There you go.
What does it
That's
say?
Styling and profiling. That's the greatest of all time. Ric Flair.
Yeah. And
Ric
so
Flair.
AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is, I guess, the competitor to WWE when it comes to nationally broadcasted wrestling television. And they announced on Tuesday their own gaming division, AEW Games. It was announced by Kenny Omega, Aubrey Edwards, Cody Rhodes, and Britt Baker, all who are big names in the AEW industry and the wrestling industry. They announced 3 games for their games division. Number 1 is a console game for current and next-gen consoles. When I mean next-gen, it's the PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Mhm.
Current being PS4 and Xbox One. They announced a game that is supposed to be, they're hoping is called the best wrestling game of all time. Yeah, they have a lot of hype because the last 2 WWE 2K games have been absolutely terrible. Horrible.
20 was the worst game I've ever played in
Really?
my life.
It was.
When
Why?
did that
Why?
come
Why
out?
is that?
It's
Yeah.
just the gameplay was so
It,
bad.
it felt clunky. The physics engine wasn't right. A lot of glitches. They didn't really care about the game. It felt like.
Oh,
And they didn't care about it so much they didn't release a 2K21
Mhm.
to make
really.
because they want to make 2K22 even better.
Mm.
Yeah.
Better
So
be.
they're skipping 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But AEW announced they want it to be more like old games like WWF No Mercy, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2.
What about that WrestleMania 2000 from a long time ago?
Yes, exactly.
That
Games
was
like
one
that.
of the best.
Yeah.
That was one of the
They
best.
want to
ones
go
that I
back to the
remember.
roots of like the
Mhm.
best wrestling video games, and so they did a small video trailer of that game, and they also announced they brought on the director from WWF No Mercy, which is
Oh, wow.
considered the best wrestling game of all time. That was
I
a
remember
huge
that one.
break in the wrestling gaming world. No one could believe it. The gameplay so far looks great. They advertised 3 different wrestlers: Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and the women's champion Hikaru Shida. And one thing that they noted in the trailer was it features intergender wrestling, which WWE games you cannot do.
Really?
In the trailer, Hikaru Shida is beating up Kenny Omega, and I mean beating her up.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
So,
that's
that-
a game changer.
that's
right
a
there.
huge game changer right there. And so then, along with that, they announced 2 mobile games. They announced a general manager simulator of AEW, which is what it's sort of like any sports game. You run the GM, you run the franchise, you want ratings, you want money, stuff like that. It's a really big deal because if you look at WWE mobile games, you can't really find a good one here and there. Battlegrounds has done pretty well, but with General Manager Simulator, everyone's been looking for a GM mode in the WWE game because as a kid, I played SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 for
Yep.
PS2, and they had GM mode.
Oh yeah.
And it was so much fun. I still play it to this day sometimes. It's
So the new ones don't have that one?
No, they've kind of got into what they call the universe mode.
it's not the same.
Because I always remember you select a player or create a player and you kind of follow their
They had that, but you're in charge. The general manager mode is you're in charge of it now.
of
You're the one making the matches.
Setting the
You're the one
fights.
setting the storylines, things like that.
wow.
Yeah.
The universe, the universe mode sucks. Just
Yeah,
flat out.
it's not that fun.
Wow,
no.
wow.
Big Mikey, your favorite game is definitely Spider-Man, and I am with you on that, my friend. Right? Big fan. So yeah, and then the last game they announced, which was actually pretty big, was a mobile game coming out this winter in 2020, an AEW casino game called Double or Nothing, and it was announced by Cody Rhodes, who is one of the EVPs of AEW, also a wrestler, and it's based off of one of their pay-per-views they have every May, which used to be held in Vegas. And it is called Double or Nothing. So the trailer had a bunch of AEW superstars. You could play blackjack, roulette, craps,
Mhm.
anything you want.
How fun.
Yeah, but what really surprising one was that it got announced to come out this winter. No, because you would think that a game division that just got announced, they would take their time, but they already have one ready. And so that was a really big deal in the gaming world. I know that a lot of the wrestling subreddits, everyone thought this is going to be great. They're going to be patient. They're hoping for no delays because right now, big thing is delays. The film industry, the TV industry,
Everything.
everything. The big game industry delay has been Cyberpunk 2077, which I am most looking forward to. And so I really hope that when Cyberpunk does come out, it's going to be huge. Are you going to get Cyberpunk?
I don't know yet. I
Really?
don't know. I've got other things I got to get.
I saw the E3 trailer. I was hooked with Keanu Reeves in the trailer.
Yep, that excited me. But there's a couple other things I got to do before I can get games again.
Big Mikey said he started playing Spider-Man Miles, what is it, Morales,
Yeah.
yesterday and can't put it down.
You know what that means? He's got a PS5.
Oh.
That's cool.
Oh, no, it's cross-gen. I lied. Sorry. But
Oh.
he wants one. I know that. That's
What's that? What's cross where you can play whatever console you have? Or
Yeah, so
Or-
it means you can play it on. If you have a PS4, you can play it for PS5.
Oh,
Stuff like that.
okay. Very cool.
I know that he wants one. He's been to my Twitch streams a lot recently. That's my boy Mikey right
Big
there.
Mikey.
That's
What's
my boy
up?
Mikey.
What's up,
Thank you for
Mikey?
watching, Mikey.
One of the big things about cross-gen is, if you've noticed, if you've heard, a lot of PC gamers are able to play against on like Call of Duty, for example.
That's cross-platform.
Oh, cross
yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, that is.
So with that, like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty on your Xbox with your friends, and you have other friends who play on the PS4. You can play with them if you want to. Also,
That is so smart, but yet
Yeah.
not too smart because then a lot of consoles they lose money. Don't they lose money?
Not much that it's everyone's winning in the end.
Oh,
people
good.
are buying their games
Good.
for their consoles.
See, I was thinking more.
It's just
you
a
know.
matter of people can play with each other once again. There's no more console war. with
Mm.
cross-platform. And I think that's a really big deal. Because I know I've had that issue before back when Fortnite first blew up.
Oh,
I had a lot of friends play it on PC, and I suck at it on PC. But I was decent at it on PS4 enough. So when they announced cross-platform with PC and PS4 and Xbox, it got a lot easier for me and my friends to play and secure more
Oh,
wins.
that's cool. And then everybody's happy.
Everyone's winning.
Big Mikey said, I haven't secured a PS5 yet, but victory shall be mine. LOL.
You see what I mean? Everyone's
That's-
struggling out
yeah,
there.
that's how
On your
everyone's figuring
Christmas
out right
list.
now.
On your
Yeah.
Christmas
Oh,
list.
really, what it is.
$500, that's not, I mean, that's kind of pricey, but not too
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, it's typical price for a new system, kind of. Because what was PS4? Do you remember the
It was
price on
about
PS4?
400.
400 for the first generation of
Yeah.
it.
Xbox One was $500.
It was.
I remember.
Yeah,
So
because Xbox One back then was more loaded than a PS4. Like it had more upgrades and more capabilities. And then when the PS4 second gens and other ones came out, it got a lot better.
And also the fact that a lot of people realize that you can download things and updates are a lot faster on PlayStation than they are on Microsoft.
I want to know, Big Mikey, how long do you play a day? How much time do you put in? Because I know time, you know what, and I'm not even trying to say that
knows.
that's bad.
He's my old college roommate, so
Oh.
I know exactly how much he plays. I'm
How
gonna say 12 hours a day.
Yo.
But that probably goes fast. And I'm not even, trying to say like, oh, whatever, because I know when I'm listening to music or downloading music, all of a sudden I look down and it's been an hour and a half.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like it's only been 15 minutes. So I couldn't even imagine jumping into
That was
games.
me that was me during the week. I think on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. I was playing a game called Subnautica. It's like an
Uh-huh.
underwater survival game.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I blinked and it was been 4 hours past.
Oh.
It's
Oh
it's
my-
1 a.m. I gotta go to bed.
Or go to the bathroom and do
Nice.
something human,
Yeah.
right?
So I have a question for the system part.
He,
I'm
Big
not-
Mikey said he knows me well.
there it is. Because I'm not an Xbox guy. I haven't touched an Xbox in maybe 12 years or so.
Mhm.
What's the difference now between Xbox and PlayStation? Why is it that some people still are on Xbox?
Okay, so you know how there's 4K TVs
Right.
and there's just 1080p LEDs.
Right.
So Xbox Series X, they announced when they first announced the console 8K. It's basically like a PC but an Xbox,
Okay.
just a little bit more upgraded. That's the
Okay.
only that's,
Okay,
to me,
Microsoft.
that's the only difference. They announced things that aren't possible yet. Like 8K TVs, 8K quality pictures, different processors, higher speeds. That's literally all it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, but in the end, like I said, it's all about what games you like and what games you
Right.
have.
Right.
But with that, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Now I'm gonna move on to something awesome, some little sports. Huh?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
It's nice that you're here so we can talk baseball now too.
Yeah,
Finally.
sports.
Finally,
In the words of my wife, yeah, sports team go.
And the words of my fiance, who's a drummer. Every time I put on any kind of sport, he goes, "Go team!" And he still thinks it's funny. We've been together for over 10 years. It's like, it's not funny anymore, dude.
Well, I mean, you really can't comment on that because
There it is. They thought it was.
There we go. Yep. Okay. Well, as we all know, most of the seasons are coming to an end if they haven't already. I mean, football's still in mid-season. Really, actually, they are at the midway point of their season. Baseball. Last time we talked, the Dodgers were trying to win the World Series.
yippee!
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you an Angels fan like me?
Oh,
yeah.
well,
See,
you
we're
guys just
half
got a
and
new
half.
GM, so
But
the family is divided.
Congratulations on
Congratulations.
finding a GM again for like the.
Hopefully he
third or
doesn't
fourth
walk
time.
away from you guys this time.
Uh,
Hopefully they get players to go along with Mike Trout.
I'm just glad you guys are true Dodgers fans because a lot of people jumped on the wagon. Oh, wait.
Oh,
No,
you
he's not
just
a Dodgers fan.
insulted
Remember
me.
that? Yeah, he's
Oh.
no. There's only
Oh.
a Dodger fan
Oh.
right here.
I live in a Dodger
What are
household.
you?
I'm a New York Yankee fan through and through.
Oh, that's even worse.
Speaking-
you guys buy your players.
But you know what? Wow.
But Dodgers are up there, right?
How much
Dodger-
was Babe Ruth again?
He traded for a goat.
$125,000 or something. Oh man.
But you know what? Speaking of the Yankees and, me being a diehard Yankees fan, Derek Jeter being the president of baseball operations for the Miami Marlins, I have to say congratulations to the Marlins. Not only did they have the manager of the year in the NL with Don Mattingly,
Congratulations to that. Yeah.
Well,
former Dodger manager,
Well deserved.
extremely well deserved.
Yeah.
But they actually made history by being the first professional male sports team in North American history to hire a female general manager.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Big
good
news,
job
big
for them.
news.
That's a big
Congratulations.
deal.
Yes, Kim Ng is her name. She was actually part of the front office for Major League Baseball for a few years. She was part of the.
So she's seasoned.
Yes,
She's in there.
She actually has 3 World Series rings to her name as part of organization.
So awesome.
She knows what she's doing.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you know what? This is great for baseball. This is great for sports in general because of something Fredo brought up earlier, actually, about the Houston Texans firing the director of communications.
Yeah, that was interesting. When I was looking into the story and hearing about it, I was just apparently a lot of the players, not just from the Texans, but throughout the league of the NFL, they were just like, that is totally wrong. And apparently they're saying the reason why she got let go, which she was one of the best ones out there, is because of some political tweets. And
you
that's
have to be careful.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
You
really
have to.
have to.
and everybody in any type of business that you're in, you got to just be careful on what you tweet
All the
And-
time.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because a tweet, couple letters that you can just go real quick and tweet, that can get you
Any
fired.
social
That
media.
can
Oh, yeah.
ruin
And
your
I mean,
Photos.
career.
it happens all the time. You can go back from when Twitter started and find players and personnel that have been fired because of what they've tweeted or what
Right.
they've said on social media. So, again, congratulations to the Marlins. Great
Yeah.
job.
Yes.
It's great
Um,
for baseball. It's great for sports, but most important, it's great for the Marlins.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
they need after an amazing year they had with the COVID season, making the playoffs for the first time, and then winning their playoff series against the Cubs. It's exactly what they needed.
That was big against
Yeah.
the Cubs,
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
The Cubs really just
Speaking-
laid it down.
Yeah, speaking of the Cubs, they had Yu Darvish, who had a phenomenal season this year.
Boo! I don't like
Wow.
it. You know why.
Wow.
You know why. You
Sorry,
know why.
sorry.
But you know what? You know what?
You know why.
Get
He didn't go-
over it.
Yeah, I should be over it because we won this year. Dodgers.
Exactly.
baby.
First, 30 years
Woo!
finally? Congratulations.
32.
Congratulations to the Dodgers again for winning the World Series this year over the
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays,
Yeah,
who
my
had
sword.
who had Kevin Cash, who was the American League Manager of the Year.
Well
Now,
deserved
I want to
again.
get your guys' opinions real quick. There was an award this year that I felt wasn't justified, and it wasn't the winner. It was how the voters voted second and third. The American League MVP award was won by Jose Abreu, who first baseman for the Chicago White Sox.
Yep.
Definitely deserved it. Finished second in home runs in the American League behind Luke Voigt, first baseman for the Yankees.
Mhm.
Good tidbit
Oh,
there.
okay.
He finished first in RBIs. He had batted .314 this year. Second place voting was for Jose Ramirez
Yep.
from the Indians,
Yep.
the third baseman. And third place was DJ LeMahieu. Now, I'm not asking this, and I'm not saying
Another
this.
Yankee.
Yes. Utility player, not just a specific second baseman, a utility player for the Yankees. Now, I'm not asking because I'm a Yankee fan. Do you guys really think that DJ LeMahieu should have finished behind Jose Ramirez in the vote getting? DJ LeMahieu did lead the league in a batting average. He played multiple positions, and it is the most valuable player. Not
Yeah.
the best player, the most valuable player.
Yeah, that's true. But then you can make the same case for Jose Ramirez. Now, I do think LeMahieu should have finished above him, second place for sure. But Ramirez, what he brought to the team towards the end of the season is what really propelled the Indians into their playoff push.
Okay.
So if you think about, because Lindor is the face of the Indians, obviously.
Yeah,
Lindor, Bieber, and it used to be Kluber as well. You never thought of Jose Ramirez. But what he's done for them in the last 3 years, being the personality, being funny, carrying the team on his back, and then also providing the power bat they needed, I think it was the second place votes he did get. Some of them were well deserved.
Mhm.
I believe that because, like I said, it's the most valuable player. He was very valuable to the team. Well, the Yankees were a powerhouse. LeMahieu, Judge, Stanton.
Wait, can you name a starting lineup for the Yankees that played more than 50 games without DJ LeMahieu in it?
Ooh.
Good point. It's a good point.
And the crowd does
Even
not
the
go
crowd was
wild.
just like. So that was my thing. And I mean, even Brian Kenny, who is the Major League Baseball metrics master, figured out that DJ LeMahieu actually had an argument for being the MVP.
You should.
But I understand what you're saying, but I agree with Jose Abreu winning it. He was the best first baseman in baseball. I mean, he was even better than the National League MVP Freddie Freeman,
The
first baseman for the
slapstick
Braves.
hitter himself.
Oh man!
The
But you know what?
slapstick.
That is an even bigger argument just for the fact of him finishing ahead of Mookie Betts.
Right. But Mookie's, to me, batting averages has a lot to do with a player, and even in your case with DJ LeMahieu, he was leading the league, of course, like you said, in batting average. So he does deserve to possibly, be a little bit above, just because it makes a difference. Batting average makes a difference, And I know an Angel fan may not know about what it takes to win anything.
Wow.
But
Look at
But no, yeah, Mookie, but what ended 286? I think he was batting 280.
I think he was like just under
Yeah,
290.
yeah,
I think.
he was right under 290. So I think that's one of the biggest difference. Even though his WAR was one of the highest.
He was actually he was higher than Freddie. I believe it was 3.4 for Mookie, 2.9 for Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, it was a pretty good chunk.
I know that if you look at the voting for MVPs, it was Freddie Freeman had all the first place votes but 2. And the 2 first place votes went to Mookie Betts. And the second place votes, those 2 went to Freddie Freeman. So there's 2 probably, Southern California writers who all said, yeah, it goes to Mookie. But it goes to show you that Freddie Freeman won, well deserved.
Mhm.
Everyone thought he was a perennial MVP player when he first came up, obviously. And when he finally got it, he got it in the year he probably most deserved it as well. Because if you watch the playoffs, you watch the NLCS, or you watch the NLDS, Freddie Freeman comes to bat, everyone's watching. Everyone's talking about what a great hitter he's evolved into. Because he came up as a power hitter, and now he's just hitting for average, hitting doubles, doing everything he can as a team.
But you can make that same argument for Mookie Betts being the MVP because he had 10 stolen bases. He batted just under 300, but he had 16 home runs. He had, I believe it was 34. I want to say it was like in the mid to upper 30s RBI wise in 60 games.
Mhm.
He had the thing that Freddie had on him was he had a higher slugging percentage. He was in 560. And Freddie Freeman's on base percentage, I think, was like 430 or something
It's
like
like
that.
the movie Moneyball. What does he do? He gets on base.
Yeah. And his batting average, what was his batting average?
317.
317, yeah. So
Yeah.
you knew
So-
that.
But yeah, you can make the argument about Mookie Betts being the MVP. You can make the argument about Jose Abreu being the MVP.
Right.
Freddie Freeman. This just showed this year it wasn't a clear cut. This guy is 1 and everybody's 2A, 2B, 2C. This was 1A, 1B this season, I think, and it was really nice to finally see that again because now you're having multiple players having great seasons. So
Did you look at the people who got other like the 10th place votes? Did you like the whole voting
Yeah,
process?
I
I thought it was so hilarious that David Fletcher of the Angels, Fletch,
Wow.
he got 17th in the MVP voting. He got 1 10th place vote. I was so happy to
But
see that.
here's a good one for you for California in general. MVP voting this year for the National League. 2 was Mookie Betts, 3 Manny Machado, 4 was Fernando Tatis Jr. All out of California. San Diego Padres
That's
being
awesome.
3-4,
Mhm.
and Fernando Tatis Jr. is coming.
Like they were
He is.
from California.
Yes.
They played in San Diego.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, and Manny Machado, former Dodger.
Did they play at SCSU?
For about 2 months.
I don't. No, they didn't. What was that?
2 months. It was 2 month rental.
2 month rent.
Yeah, 2 month rental.
Wow. Well, I mean, Dodgers
But-
are good at getting those rentals.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
fake
is. But
rentals.
at the end of the day, with the MVP going to Freddie Freeman, that's well deserved for Freddie Freeman. So congratulations on that. But at the same time, at the end of the day, Mookie probably cares about having the World Series
Very true.
championship.
And at the end of the day, if you look at it, Mookie Betts did knock out Freddie Freeman out of the playoffs.
Did knock him out. So
One award that wasn't a
Whoopie-doo.
one award that wasn't debated on this year. It was no debate about it. It was a unanimous 30 voters voted for Shane Bieber to be the AL Cy Young winner.
He also got 4th in AL MVP voting. Shane Bieber, he got 4th.
Oh yeah, he
in
did.
MVP
Yeah, you're
voting.
right. I mean,
Fourth in the air.
yeah, 4th in AL. Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. So congratulations to all the award winners this year.
All right.
Great
Especially
season. It
those
was
California.
Yeah, it was an amazing season. Hopefully, baseball comes back next season. It's normal time, same thing.
It seems like it might.
It will. But I mean, now that they have things figured out.
Mhm.
But
Genevieve says Mookie Betts.
Yes, of course. Mookie as the best.
Uh-huh.
the former Red Sox.
Hey, 2 championships in 3 years, not bad. 1 for the Boston Red Sox and 1 for the Dodgers. Hey, come on, let's go. 10-year contract he just signed with the Dodgers, $400 million.
Yeah,
Come on,
but
Come
you
on.
guys can say with that
because
contract being signed.
Mike Trout has nothing.
I will give
On
the
Mookie
Dodgers.
Betts.
I will give the Dodgers this victory only because they were cheated out of it in 2017.
Yes, we were.
That's the only reason why I wasn't mad about it.
How about them Oakland A's?
Moneyball.
man.
Moneyball at
Yeah.
its finest.
Yep.
Big Mikey wants to know because he's a big fan of the Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's. I mean, they're a good squad.
He must be from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
says
yes.
a lot.
That's where
Well, I mean,
But Singer, he's not a Giants fan.
Ooh,
They're
yeah, that's a
hella
good thing.
awesome.
Well, okay, but speaking of the Bay Area, I mean, we're going to segue into basketball now.
Right.
The NBA draft is coming, guys. The NBA
Whoa.
draft is happening in November.
November
Yeah,
the 18th.
that sounds weird to say it out loud. I've actually never said it out loud. That really sounds weird. Usually
Yep.
happens
Yeah.
right
And-
around, or in June, right around my birthday.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, that's
Right after the finals all the time.
Yep. So, and then we're the season's going to be starting up December 22nd.
Yes,
NBA
it is.
season is starting up, and I want to get your takes on the draft because I know you've been following a certain projected number one pick a lot.
Yes. So, I've been able to, ever since I've been covering sports for In the Front Row, I've been able to create relationships with certain people, and I got a chance to really vibe with the group with LaMelo Ball.
Mhm.
LaMelo Ball and his general manager, Jermaine Jackson. So I've been, in touch with them every single minute. And right now it's the hottest time of the year right now. So I actually just had a conversation with him on Thursday night. He was giving me a little bit more insight. It seems like LaMelo Ball will be taken number one by Minnesota. Minnesota seems locked in on him. And my question was basically, how's that going to work with D'Angelo Russell being a ball handling dominant guard, having another one, in LaMelo Ball who needs the ball in his hands in order to be who he is projected to be? How is that going to work? And, he was like, they're going to make it work.
Why do both of them have to start?
True. Why? But they're both just so talented. I mean, you're looking at D'Angelo Russell, number 2 overall pick in 2015 by my Los Angeles Lakers, which was traded away, which was pretty nice and to see him get away. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you see that possibly with Karl Anthony Towns? How can that work? That's my question. That's what I'm wondering.
TJ said Westbrook could be a Knick. Maybe they can get Toppin too.
I hope he does become a Knick. I'm a diehard Knicks fan too. I hope he does become a Knicks. But you know what?
That's chilly.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I hope he becomes a Clipper. As you saw last night, I posted on Instagram.
Yes,
I actually
yes.
was listening to the Roger Lodge, Sports Lodge on AM 830 at 3:55 p.m. He even said, "I'm going to check into this at the break," but the Clippers are discussing with the Houston Rockets trading Paul George and their first-round pick this year for Russell Westbrook.
That actually seems a good deal for Kawhi Leonard because it seems he might work better with the point guard than another, kind of same position. As
Yeah,
him.
but at the same time, Russell Westbrook has to have the ball in his hands to make something happen.
Right.
I think the Clippers need a big man. I will go down in wherever I need to go. I will go down. I will lay on the ground. I will be on my knees. I will do whatever.
Who's that big man though? Who do you think?
I still
would
think
fit?
they need to trade for Joel Embiid because Al Harrington being at Sixers.
Right.
You have him on the starting line. You put Harrington in the starting lineup with Paul George, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons got to be in the paint. Al Horford doesn't have to be.
Would Doc Rivers want to take Paul George?
I think so. I really do. I think so. And with Daryl Morey now coming into Houston, or not Houston, he's going into Philly from Houston.
Right.
There's also talks now that
James Harden
is being considered to be traded to Houston. Or Houston from Houston to Philadelphia.
TJ said, "Yeah, buddy, a Knicks fan."
Yep.
I just
Lots
hope the
of
Knicks
Knicks
get
fans.
something, man. The Knicks just got to get something.
They need to get
something.
they need their owner to sell the team.
Is that it?
Their owner is.
I know
is
James
just-
Dolan has been pretty crazy out there. In a
He
lot
is
of
the
things he's done.
polar opposite of George Steinbrenner.
Is
Polar.
Is he like
opposite.
a Donald Sterling?
I'd rather have Donald Sterling.
Wow.
All these names are Spanish to me. I don't watch basketball.
Yeah,
Okay.
to me too.
Well, you know what? Let's get back onto the draft real quick because
we
were
have
talking
1 minute.
We have 1 minute.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Wow. Okay. Oops. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's take it.
All right. So back to the draft. I think that LaMelo will be taken first overall, which is awesome. But I think James Wiseman should be taken second by Golden State.
Yes, because he fits better for Golden
Yes,
State.
but I've
yes.
been hearing that they're talking about Anthony Edwards. So
Anthony Edwards is going to be very interesting. His body size, his just he's very aggressive on the court.
Yes, he is.
Just what I see.
So, and then just to finish this off with our sports this week, just to finish it off, we'll cover the draft next time we all get together. We'll talk
Yes.
about the draft in depth a little bit more. But
And then free agency is around the
yes,
corner
it
as
is.
well.
LAFC is in the playoffs for the MLS. Speaking of the LA teams trying to win championships this year, LAFC is facing off against the second best team in the Western Conference in the Seattle Sounders coming up next weekend.
Ooh,
But
that's-
they get Carlos Vela back for the playoffs, who is the best player in the MLS. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. So
Boy.
it's going to be a great series. It's going to be a great playoffs. LA teams are killing it this season.
Yes,
so
they are.
You pretty happy with that, April?
yes, I'm also going to mention too. Just like Austin said, this is all kind of
Owner
just
needs to sell the
Spanish,
team.
Chinese.
Of course.
Big Mikey says, "I agree with the owner needing to sell the team." Thank you. You guys could always Golden State fan as well. Big Mikey.
Well, Golden State's going to be
Oh.
very interesting this year. That's the thing.
They're getting their
gonna be
core. They're getting Steph. They're getting Clay. They got Andrew Wiggins, and then they got the second draft
Draymond
pick.
and Draymond.
And Draymond, yes.
Yeah.
And the second pick in the draft.
That's gonna be crazy.
They're coming back.
I can vouch for Mikey. He's a diehard Warriors fan. I remember our sophomore year dorms when the games were on. I'd be in my room, and he'd be in the living room just screaming at the TV during Warriors games.
Yeah.
In the past
They're
5
good.
years, the
They're
Warriors
good.
have
Wait,
owned the NBA.
Why would he be screaming? He should just be sitting there relaxing because nobody can really stop the Warriors.
But it's like their shooting
He's
style, the way they
screaming
play.
like in happiness.
Yeah.
I hope so.
He's
Like
supporting
Curry
the team.
shooting 50-footers is like, whoa, that's gonna get you off the couch.
Well, very cool. Thank you so much. Guess what this music is?
Oh.
Go Fredo.
Oh.
It's your birthday. Go Fredo. It's your birthday. Okay, so picture this. Cruising around town, actually just around anywhere, and literally being able to listen to music, have a conference call, play games, talk to someone, all in your ear without having headphones on, earbuds, anything in your ear. Yes, it's like out of a sci-fi film, you guys.
That's crazy.
There's a company called Novedo Systems. They're introducing this thing called sound beaming. And what it is, it's a desktop kind of thing. And it literally puts these waves in your ear only, where you could hear music, nobody else in this room. So let's say me, if I was playing this song right here, and I was hooked up to sound beaming, I would just be able to hear it. But I could also hear them talking. So that's the only thing.
crazy.
That's the only downfall about this new technology that literally is out of this world. You could hear whatever you just want to hear. They couldn't hear it. But you could also hear what's going on in the room, outside. So it's not, what did you say? It's not earlier.
Oh, it's not soundproof.
It's not soundproof. It's, it doesn't break any of the sound. So that's what's happening right now. They just introduced it yesterday, Friday. So this is going to be like that thing. I remember when I was in college out in San Diego State, and I remember being in one of my classes, and my professor was just like, you guys, imagine this, a phone in your hand where you could take pictures, have the internet. We were all, ooh. So this is going to be one of those things. It's sound beaming. It's going to be the new up and coming thing. They're hoping to release it by this time next year.
Wow.
So ready for Christmas by next year. So check that out.
Kind of reminds me of the Avengers.
Right?
The first movie that they had, everybody was criticizing them for not having anything in the ears. Maybe they had that.
Maybe they had that. Yeah. So again,
Wow,
it's
look
not
at
a
this
device.
man over here.
Yeah, it's not a device.
That's
nothing in your
crazy.
ear.
That's
It's just
crazy.
going to be connecting to your earwaves, sound beaming. So check that out. It's crazy. All right, the next thing, you guys, this is nothing surprising, especially for all the shoppers. This year, it's going to be major delays they're forecasting for delivery. Everybody's at home shopping online. It's already increased in the past, because of COVID. But not only just that, but because of just e-commerce, it's booming. So the past 3 years, they've seen a huge, increase. Christmas, you guys, I literally, because I read this a couple days ago, I'm almost done with my Christmas shopping.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding. And it's already been delivered. We have packages in the room.
Oh,
And that's because everything's going to be delayed via delivery. So
Delayed or sold out. probably,
or
too.
sold out,
Yeah.
especially for you gaming people. I'm
Exactly,
sure all those
yeah.
consoles, right? Or back, do they still have rain checks? I don't know.
I know they're restocking for Black Friday, and that's
Yeah.
going to be mayhem
What's-
when it
what-
restocks.
wait,
It already is mayhem.
What's this Black Friday you speak of? I mean, they've already started their Black Friday sales for a lot of stores.
They do, but it's
Right.
not as cool and crazy, and the prices aren't as cheap as actual Black Friday, though, right?
I've never gone Black Friday shopping.
Neither have I.
and it's
I'm
a
not a
good
fan.
thing.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Exactly. So be, heads up on that. You guys, especially if you're going to be purchasing online, make sure you do it now as opposed to, because everything's going to be
okay.
delivered like the end of January, and that's not Christmas,
Mm-mm.
right? Also the holiday light extravaganza, you guys, they are backing down on that. They are going to have those holiday lights. Do you guys go and see those lights on the
I
streets?
used to go a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to.
I didn't, but I'm actually planning on taking my son to the Mission Inn this year.
Yes.
That's the one I went to a lot.
I
went
heard
every
about
year.
that. What is it like?
It's a hotel. The Mission Inn is a hotel in Riverside. It's actually
Okay,
not
okay.
too far from here.
Oh, okay.
And
It's
they do
beautiful.
They do a big Christmas light decoration thing. They're actually not having the lighting ceremony this year.
They're backing down. Thank you, Rick. So they are backing down on all the light extravaganzas, but they are having them. The crazy thing, though, the sad thing is that the cities are not giving permits. So you know how they give permits to close down streets? They're not doing that. So what's going to happen? Everyone's going to cruise in their car, and then it's going to be backed up even more so because they're going to be able to drive through or not drive through, but it's not going to be city permitted. Now, again, this might not be for all the cities. So some cities might be giving permits, but so heads up on that. And I just want to say, I'm throwing all this out because the holidays are going to be so different this year because of COVID. So I just want you guys to be on top of your game with your girlfriends, with your wives, with your kids. So
Christmas shopping hasn't started for my wife yet.
yeah. Oh, you guys better. Yeah. You guys need to jump on that. Or I know a lot of my friends are making gifts, being creative, or thinking of something that they can make or write a story about their girlfriend or their wife.
That's something my girlfriend's always been really good at, is creativity on making gifts. For our 1 year anniversary, being together, she got me this scrapbook that was like basically handmade. I could never do anything like that. So I'm reading, I'm like, this is so cute. At the same time, I can't top this.
That's a keeper.
I can't top this.
Nothing else you can do.
That is a keeper right there. So see, those kind of gifts, are really awesome. So, 2020 has brought us a lot of crazy shit. I want to cuss, well, to top it off, not only is our weather getting cold, hot, good old Southern California, you wake up, you're freezing your butts off. I was going to say something else, but so you throw on a sweater and then like at 1 o'clock, you're sweating your butt off, good old SoCal, born and raised all of us here. So we know this. Well, currently right now, all the beaches, all the coastlines, we're having what do they call it? It's called king tides. So not only is the surf high, and the reason why I know that I used to surf, God, I have to get back into it, but the tides are high, the surf is high. So all the coastal beaches, just in case you're planning on making a family road trip out there to the coast, they're putting all these what are they called? Berms up because they're planning, you know how you see on YouTube those crazy countries where all the tides come in and everyone's all screaming but standing there waiting for it to happen.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to be that dramatic, but the tides are going to be pretty high. And so it's a tide surf high. They're even asking professional surfers or experienced surfers and swimmers not even to go into the water because the tide and the surf could create.
That's not going to stop.
That's what counts the surfers. That's a go for surfers.
Exactly.
Go get them. Surf is high.
Well, you know what the king tide means, right?
King tide is when it's a new moon or a full moon and the tide comes in and it's king.
No. Aquaman's coming.
Oh, there you go. What's that one guy? What's the main dude that we see in Clash of Titans? Who's out in the ocean?
Poseidon.
Well, he's the god of the oceon.
Yeah, so
but Aquaman, Jason Momoa. Let's be honest here, Jason Momoa, not Aquaman.
Who everybody loves.
He's going to be coming. He's going to be coming out of the ocean, guys. So get your cameras ready.
Yes. Oh gosh.
I love that guy.
All the girls will be there for sure.
I'll be there too.
Yeah.
Such a handsome dude.
He is such a handsome dude.
Such a guy.
And who is he married to?
Mel Gibson. Isn't Peter Dinklage their kid? I mean, have you seen all of them with their beards together? They all look like one happy family.
I forgot what but it's Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife.
Yes,
that's who it is.
Zoe.
That's his daughter.
Okay,
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet.
There you go.
She's beautiful, and she had Lenny Kravitz, and now she has him. Girl has it going on, man. And she's my age, or maybe just a little bit older, actually. So if you're going to head out to the coast, you guys watch out.
All right.
Also, I have to say, really cool. I was going to report about toys for this year, new toys for Christmas. Then I jumped into something even cooler, toys for adults. And I was like, what? And
PS5.
Yep.
PS5.
PlayStation 5 and NBA 2K21. That's about it.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, and you're welcome. But I have to say, these things are extremely cooler or awesomer. Well, especially if you're my age, 47, there's this thing called the Fit Track. And what it does is you hook it up to, I don't know exactly how you hook it up. I didn't jump too into it, but it tells you about your health, like right then and there. So it alerts you on your phone if your blood pressure rises, or if something, a cold starts coming on. This is a thing of the future, you guys. This is what we all need instead of waiting for the doctor's appointment, or
to wake up sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those are the worst ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So get a Fit Track, which I'm going to jump on immediately because I mean, just blood pressure, low sugar, high sugar, whatever you have, it just alerts you immediately. So this is coming up. This is a thing of the future.
All right.
Is it me, or does it seem like the movie WALL-E has predicted
Oh, for
everything
sure.
that's happened this year?
I say that all the time. WALL-E, and it's going to be scary because what happens in WALL-E, everybody's sitting in a chair, not even moving.
Mhm.
Super unhealthy because everything's right there. You're connected. You haven't seen WALL-E?
No, I have not.
Oh, well, to be fair, I
April,
haven't seen it
we're
either.
sitting right now. We're sitting right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not feeding you like cakes or maybe Starbucks. That's a lot of
Wow.
sugar.
What's in
there.
here? What's in here?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Big Mikey says it's like a 2-month delay minimum. Oh, yeah.
For the
He's talking
delivery.
about
Yeah.
delivery. And then also
Uh-huh.
Big Mikey says, I knew Aquaman was coming. Big
Yeah.
Mikey, we need you on the show, dude. Come on in next time with Austin.
He's a great guy. I
I'm
love that
sure
guy to
he
death.
is.
I love that guy to death. We've known each other for almost 5 years now.
That's so cool.
Me, him, and our friend Saul. We've been talking like nonstop since they moved out of the dorms and I stayed. So it's just been great friendship for the last 5 years, honestly.
Big Mikey, you need to cruise on in with us. The other thing, because I'm talking about big items for Christmas 2020, it's called the Kalo, and it's a patch for pain. So I don't know if you guys, I know this is all for older people or athletes or whatever, but if you have a pain, you just put this patch on.
Older people, and she looks at me.
Well, I'm going to look at Rick.
I was trying so hard not to
Austin?
laugh at
I
that too.
can't look at myself right now. I'm the oldest one here. So
Oh.
it helps with pain, and it's just a patch.
Okay.
And whatever pain you have in your whole body, you don't have to put it directly on your pain. Okay, so that one's not as
Can
cool.
you put it on your kids for being a pain in your butt?
Yeah.
I know.
If they're a pain in your butt, you know where that patch is going.
In your butt.
but wait, they're the cause of the pain. So
Oh, there it is. guys.
This is so cute. I
Yes,
love it.
yes.
Genevieve said, "Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Fredo Dad." Genevieve, Jaden, and Dominic.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's
Thank
cute.
you guys. Yes.
It is Fredo's birthday.
Yes, it
and
is.
They're basically saying, "Get home."
yeah, we miss you.
I'm going soon. All right, soon.
Yes. Genevieve, we will have your man home soon, I promise. Okay, let me wrap this up then. So there's this thing. This is really cool because I work for a school district and sometimes language is a barrier, especially with kids coming in. There's this thing called WAMA Enance, and it lets you speak 43 languages, guys, in seconds. So all you have to do is just like say something and it blurts it out immediately. Now, I know iPhones have it where, you could put in and you could just type, or you could even speak into it now. But this thing is 43 languages, happens in seconds. So you could literally create a relationship with somebody that but prior, there was a language barrier.
are you able to take it into nail salons so that way you can understand what the nail ladies are saying?
Oh shit! Seriously, man. There's times like that. There's times like
What'd you
that.
say to me, huh?
Yeah, no, I know what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you
Say
said.
it again. Say it again.
That is a good,
Wow.
good example. So now people who speak different languages, they can't talk shit about you anymore because it does pick up whatever the other person is saying, not just you.
Wow, that's,
Hey,
that's
how about Apple steps it up?
That
Apple,
would
put it on your
really-
iPhone.
That would have
Right.
helped me 2 weeks ago when I was in Idaho because my girlfriend's Filipino.
Oh,
And
yeah,
really,
yeah.
I was around nothing but Filipino women and men, and I
They
was
were
sitting-
talking about
I'm at
you.
the dinner table and they're just yelling back and forth. I'm just like,
You're the token white boy.
literally. it was so confusing. 'Cause I'm just watching it. Yeah, Just like, oh, I agree. And then we're just laughing at me. I'm like, okay, I was wrong.
Oh, they love
I was gonna
you.
say, did you just smile and nod? Smile and nod.
I'm sure they loved you. Big Mikey said, sure, I'm down to be on the show whenever. Yeah, come on in, dude. And happy birthday as well.
Thank you, Big Mikey.
Yeah, very cool. So the last thing I want to say, the last thing I want to report is, let's see. Oh, this is super cool. Okay, so check this out. So we're talking about futuristic things. That was my whole thing here that I wanted to talk about. So this new thing, it is called Fix It. And you plug it into your car, any car that's 1996 year of and above, and it tells you once you're anything wrong about your car. So once your check engine light turns on, and I know a lot of new cars right now, they have it on the computer, it's already popping up, but maybe none of us, or maybe some of us cannot afford, I know I can't afford a brand new 2021, not right now, in my future, but very near future, but you can plug this into your car, it'll tell you exactly what's going on. instead of you going into the mechanic and them trying to rip you off for $2-3 grand.
Uh-huh.
And it even tells you, just like that body thing, what's up and coming, what could possibly happen to your car.
That would have been
Wow.
useful a couple years ago for me when I was driving a 99 Neon.
That would have been useful for me 3 months ago when my 2006 Tahoe finally died on me.
Oh,
No.
I mean, to
no,
be fair,
no.
I ran to the ground, but
I was gonna say, especially
Wow.
in college, I'm sure you're driving all over the place.
I had it for a semester. But it was given to me when it had over 400,000 miles on it. It was the family
Wow.
car.
That is
4,000.
awesome.
Wait,
That-
for a Tahoe?
That's really awesome.
Damn.
Me and my dad worked in that bad boy a lot. And it got to
Oh
a
my
point where,
god.
you know how it's like if it costs too much to fix it, then it's like to sell it. Or
Yeah.
Then you just might as well get rid of it. So
Mm.
we finally just said goodbye to it.
Yes.
Let it go.
Peace out,
You took
Tahoe.
a- you took a little
Please.
yeller out to the yard?
Literally, but as a tow truck came in and got it.
400,000. I had an Acura, Integra Acura, and I ran that thing down. I lived in Santa Barbara, San Diego. I lived in OC, and I was back and forth to the IE car, like every weekend. 200,000, and I thought that was awesome. So Tahoe 400,000. That's great.
I got real lucky.
You got really lucky.
Yes, you did.
So you can find all these futuristic, well, not even futuristic, they're here at mysmartgadgets.com. And I just barely even nicked all the cool things that are on there. So if you want to buy, if you guys have somebody that has everything, you don't know what to buy them, their prices range, of course, you can imagine probably, from $20 to thousands of dollars. Check that out. I'm endorsing them. That's crazy. They should be our sponsors. But
Yeah.
Eh?
that's our show. Eh?
Yeah.
That is our show.
We did it.
And we did it right here. Team Raghouse Media, sports, music, gaming, news. What do you guys have up and coming individually? I know, Fredo, it's your birthday.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is my birthday today. So I'm just going to try and enjoy my day and look forward to what's coming up. I mean, there's a lot of things coming up. But I know we got something coming up very soon for Fredo's Spotlight here with Raghouse Media. So I know, I'm just waiting for 2021. That's all I'm waiting for.
I
just
think
wanna
we all
get out of here
Oh
and
my
see what
gosh.
happens.
Please.
Um,
Yeah.
Austin, what do you have up and
Next week is League of Legends free agency for the pro scene, and so it's going to be next Tuesday is going to be a really busy day. So see it on YouTube video next Thursday. You'll see a lot of different free agency news for sure.
Nice. Rick, what's up?
Yard work.
Yard
Yard
work.
work.
Oh
No,
my God.
I'm actually excited about the new opportunity with the Rag House that I was given with the journalism. 'Cause we got all the new journalists coming in now doing articles every week. Yeah, so
Starting on Monday.
yeah, keep an eye out for that because that's going to be pretty. We got some pretty good stuff coming. I've already got a couple things in the can ready to go for you.
Yes.
So
So excited. All right, you guys have any shout outs before we go? Oh, actually, I want to throw a shout out. Big Mikey, make sure you share. We are going to have a t-shirt giveaway. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would like to give you a free t-shirt right here.
Yeah.
There it is.
Big Mikey, and I did it this way so men could want to wear it,
Yes.
So
hey, I love wearing mine.
yes, well, thank you. Big Mikey, make sure you share your address so I could mail out a t-shirt for you. Thank you for tuning in. Anything else? Any
Congrats,
shout outs
buddy,
for you
man.
guys?
Big shout out to Michael once again. Love you
Yes,
guys.
yes.
I'll be
Thank
on
you.
later tonight too, so we can play games.
Thanks. Thank you for everybody that's watching, and if you're watching this after we've been live, thanks for checking us out.
Genevieve says, great show, everyone. Happy birthday,
Happy
Fred.
Hey,
birthday.
One more
Yeah.
time.
Thank you. Another one. Let's do it.
Big Mikey said, definitely enjoyed the show today. All right. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
have a wonderful weekend.
Yep.
Later.
Peace out. Thank you guys.
Deuce.
Good dancing, Austin.
I try.
This is it.